everyone and welcome to yet another episode of Asmi जहां हम लोग बात करते हैं विमेन की स्पेशल स्टोरीज के बारे में। अगर आप एक आदमी हैं और आप ये पॉडकास्ट सुन रहे हैं या देख रहे हैं सो प्लीज एक बारी इस बारे में जरूर सोचिएगा। क्या कभी आपको ये बोला गया है कि तुम्हें नौकरी करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि तुम्हारी बीवी तो अच्छा खासा कमा रही है? थोड़ा सा फनी लगा ना सुनने में, बट ऐसा बहुत यूजुअल केस हमारे विमेन के साथ किया जाता है। जब पढ़ाई सेम है, टैलेंट सेम है, पाल पोस्ट के बड़ा करने का तरीका सेम है, तो फिर यहाँ पे ये जेंडर बायस क्यों, ऐसी बायसनेस क्यों आती है? सोचने वाली बात है, राइट? बहुत बार ऐसा देखा गया है कि विमेन आफ्टर वर्किंग दे आर टोल्ड कि तुम शादी कर लो, शादी के बाद उनका करियर इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं रह जाता है, या फिर आफ्टर हैविंग बेबीज और आफ्टर स्टार्टिंग देयर फैमिली लाइफ दे आर टोल्ड कि तुम्हारी अब करियर ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, तुम्हारी लाइफ ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, बस अपने फैमिली पे ज़्यादा कॉन्सेंट्रेट करो। ऐसा बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ होता है एंड आई एम श्योर दैट यू कैन रिलेट टू इट। टुडे on our podcast we have a special guest, Sheetal Jain. She had a 20-year of fabulous working career in banking and finance sector. She started her career with banks and financial institute and then moved over to entrepreneurship. यही नहीं, उन्होंने ले रिमिट नाम की एक कंपनी की शुरुआत करी। ले रिमिट is a cross-border platform which is helping small SMEs to bring their international payments inside India. तो अगर आप ऐसा कुछ कर रहे हैं, ले रिमिट इज योर वे टू गो एंड टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक टू द फाउंडर ऑफ ले रिमिट, Sheetal Jain, who is right here in our studios today. Hi Sheetal, how are you?
I'm good, thank you so much, Adi. Thank you for having me here today.
Yeah, welcome to Asmi, and we are so excited to have you. I'm seeing a woman from banking and financial sector who is doing so well at your sector after such a long time, and I'm very very excited to meet you and talk about your life story. So how come corporate से इतनी अच्छी जर्नी करने के बाद suddenly you thought about कि चलो एक जंप लेते हैं और entrepreneurship अपना बिजनेस शुरू करते हैं? How it started?
Corporate for me was never a cushy job, supposedly.
Right.
Though I was in initial 10 years were in corporate, but last 12-13 years have been in startup world itself.
Okay.
Where my company created category, where I was early employee in a company, which actually so it was not really a cushy job because I ended up doing almost everything for the company. Starting from creating the processes, doing the GTM, helping in build the product, taking it to the market, and by the time I quit, I was heading their business. So it was never a cushy job. I was more or less traveling almost 4 days a week. I was out of home. So I was always I should say it was startup world was not new to me at all.
Okay.
So when I thought about yes, now I want to build on my own, was something that, because I think I thrive in that 0 to 1 journey quite a lot. Sense of achievement, dopamine gives me quite a bit of high. So yeah, so as soon as the work becomes okay, now it's become day to day, I need to have something new in my life to make it happen. So yeah, so that's why I thought that now I will do it for myself. And I've been when I was in my previous one of my companies, which was Pro Information Services, and we built this product Pro 42.
Yeah.
Where we were providing data as a service to the banks, and where I was looking at data very closely. And when I used to look at data, I used to see data of companies and data of how Indian sector has small companies, large companies. You will be surprised to know that 99% of the entities in India are micro. And barely 6,000 companies have turnover more than 1,000 crores. So which I always used to wonder that why India has not been able to create large mammoths as has been in the Western world. And that's when it was like, okay, just the way things need to be done for women to uplift them, things need to be done for micro entities as well. You need to give them that platform to do it. And I wanted to build for them. I was like,
Right.
okay, I need to build for them. I know what it is like to be a woman. When things are done for me, I like it. Yeah, why not? And similarly, when systems are built, keeping micro sector in mind or small sector in mind, I'm sure they appreciate that they don't have to deal with the same system which a corporate needs, because their requirements are very different from a smaller segment, a smaller exporter. So that's where the idea was that I should work for them. And as I said, dopamine is my happy hormone. So yeah, I wanted to build it for them, and which is where I said that, okay, let that be.
So that's very good to hear, Sheetal, but I'll take a probably step back again and ask you about when you entered the financial banking sector. Very few women were there and it was mostly a male-dominated sector. So how was it to manage being a woman in a male-dominated sector? How was your experience overall?
See, male domination, as far as we talk about, that's in all the industries.
Yeah.
Fortunately or unfortunately, our society has been such that most always it has been the men were working and women were always at home taking care of families, etc. I would say thanks to banking and tech sector that we do see a lot of women today in the sector itself. We have created quite a few of role models in banking and tech. Look at Shikha Sharma, Zareen Narwala, Kalpana Morparia, all have come from banking sector. And yes, so this question of women being less in the corporate sector was always there, and that was actually evident to me. First time I realized that I'm entering a world which is very male dominated when I joined my MBA. In my batch we were just 9 of us in a batch of 110.
9 women
Only
in a
9
batch of 110. Okay.
So that itself, and then I took finance on top of it. So they were, then again in a batch of 40 finance students, it just
ऐसा
came
ऐसा
down
होता
to.
क्यों है? Why women don't generally numbers देख के भागती हैं, finance word सुन के ही उनको थोड़े से होश उड़ जाते हैं? Why this happens?
Women don't want to, बड़ा comfort zone बड़ा अच्छा लगता है उनको, मुझे कई बार लगता है कि so जैसे वो self doubt. We were just talking about before starting, right? Imposter syndrome. मुझे तो ठीक से आता नहीं है. Somebody said in this room itself, I am technology challenged. Women are so ready to accept that I don't know this. And women are just not, they don't go ahead and I'll try it out.
Correct.
So, let me try it out.
Right.
So, we start itself with मुझे नहीं आता. We don't start, I put your best foot forward. Nothing is difficult. You can do anything. When you're so good at managing finances at home, in your household, you are the one who's the saver actually. So why run away from the finance world itself? Why do we have to run away from this world? You can just take it to the corporate world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And from corporate then to moving to entrepreneurship, and that too you actually tried for funding and you got that funding also. A lot of people would like to understand कि इस सेक्टर में ऐसे फंडिंग मिलती है क्या, और सीड फंडिंग लेने के लिए if I am starting up, then what exactly needs to be done to get that funding in?
See, first of all, you have to be very clear on why of your business. Why are you building it out?
Right.
And then comes what are you building? Once you have your why very clear and you're able to articulate it well, that's when your journey starts to, okay, now how do I take it to the VC world? So your business has to talk to a VC world. So why is VC in a business? Because VC also wants to make money. VC is also a business. It's
Right.
not a charity. So basically your business should be able to give them the kind of returns
Correct.
that a VC needs in his business. So if you think that the business that you are building can actually give that kind of returns to a VC, I'm sure that they are interested. That's one. Once you realize that this is a business that can be built on scale, then you can, which is one which is more tech heavy, so that because the scaling is not a problem at that time, right? So you can scale anything. The minute it is dependent only on you as a person, those are non-scalable businesses.
Right.
If you're building a business of scale, then you can actually think of taking it to a VC world. Now, how do you do it? There are VCs some of the VCs are focused a lot on B2B space, some are focused on B2C space, and they all have the various stages that they enter in. So some will enter in at the pre-seed stage, which is when you have the idea and you have just built your MVP out.
Right.
Then you have next stage, which is your seed stage. Then you have your pre-series A, you have your series A. So when you are looking at VC's websites, you will get to know at what stage do they come in. What is the kind of companies they have invested in. So when you look at that, you know, okay, I am building in B2B space, and this is the space, and I am looking at somebody who can come in at seed stage for me. So you identify those kind of VCs for yourself, and that's when you reach out to them. Nowadays, VCs are equally interested in you as much as you are interested in them, right? Because they also have a business to run at the end of the day. They also need to go back to their limited partners and say, okay, this is the scale that they have been able to build it out. So you reach out to them and you send them with your pitch deck. We can talk about pitch deck also. Pitch deck should typically be about 10 to 12 slides long,
Yes.
which should start with what is your long-term vision.
And you have to tell your whole story in those
You
10
have
slides.
if you are not able to explain to yourself in those 12 slides what you are trying to build, it will be very difficult for you to actually articulate yourself in front of any financial investor.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you're able to articulate yourself well, in terms of your idea, in terms of how you are going to do this, and who's the team behind it, who are the people behind who will build it, and very important thing in any pitch deck, how are you going to get the customer?
Absolutely.
So, and very important is your GTM world. What we talk about in the corporate world is GTM. So, go to market. So basically, how are you going to get your customer? As long as you have very clear picture on all of this, so this is your 12 slider, you send it out to them, and they will come back to you. And nowadays, apart from this is you reaching out to them. There are multiple incubation centers, there are multiple accelerators.
Absolutely.
And there are multiple pitchathons which keep happening. There are organizations like TIE, who help entrepreneurs. Yes, you can, you can take their help in pitching your idea to them and get the funding. So as long as your idea is scalable and you're very clear on how are you going to build it, and you are the right person to build it. So all that helps in building your pitch decks.
Wonderful. I think this was very well explained, and a lot of our audience are going to learn a lot from this, and specifically people who are planning to raise funds,
Yes.
they will definitely benefit from it. So Layremit, how this idea came to you that this is what needs to be built and this is what needs to be there, and what is Layremit into, and if you can explain that to the people who are hearing you.
Yeah, so we are a cross-border platform, and as I said earlier, I always used to look at MSMEs that how the systems can be built for them. While they have been doing business forever, they have been exporting, they have been bringing payments forever through the banks. But when you have systems built for them, then you realize that their challenges are slightly different. That's when we said that since I wanted to build for MSMEs, my co-founder comes with deep domain experience in cross-border space itself. heading trade and forex in IndusInd Bank, which is when we were talking together what to build. So that's when he said that this is the segment we should build for in MSMEs, which is exporter segment. So basically, we will ease out the international trade issues for them, and one of them is of course payments. And what we launched today is international payments for them. We help them bring payments into India, and it's a digital experience for them. While it's not that they have not been doing it, while I give you an analogy here is you were going to restaurants and eating there and ordering food earlier as well. The minute Swiggy came in, life changed. for
Life
you.
changed, yeah.
Life changed, right? Now you just sit at one place and you kind of like order. You look at different things and you order. Life changed. You didn't know life could change like this. Similarly, you were earlier also traveling from place A to place B. But the minute Uber came in, life changed. You didn't know that this could exist. So similarly, banks existed. Banks were always helping you out. But technology, the new age fintech players like us, we make life simpler for you.
Absolutely.
We think about you that how can I bring convenience to my exporter? How can I make it, the kind of experience that he deserves? Can I bring it for him on the platform when he's talking to us? So that was the thought process with which we started. And as I said, payments is already being launched. And while we have other services, we will keep launching one by one as we move ahead.
Perfect. Sounds amazing, and I think Learmit is something that people should definitely look at.
Absolutely.
So, how Sheetal Jain got into Learmit, and you found your founder as one of your clients, I think, he was one of your
he was
customer,
my
and
customer.
you guys talked about it.
Yes.
How did you get this inspiration that let me now leave this corporate and इसको मुझे शुरू करना है, ये मेरा idea है, and you found your founder, वो वाली story है मुझे चाहिए.
But मेरे दिमाग में ना कीड़ा लगा रहता है, what next?
What next?
What next? It is, it's like, I keep saying, and I'm saying this probably for the third time here, मुझे dopamine से मिलता है कि okay, what is the next difficult task that I'm
Challenge
for
मुझे
myself?
चाहिए हमेशा.
मुझे वो challenge चाहिए. So वो ना एक शाहरुख खान की movie थी with Alia Bhatt, I don't remember the name.
Dear Zindagi.
Yes, Dear Zindagi, which he says that लोग सीधा रास्ता क्यों नहीं खोजते? Why do people have to choose for the difficult paths?
Right.
In nutshell, I don't remember the exact dialogue, but yeah, that's what he says. And yeah, that's who I am. I always choose the difficult path, and it's not just choosing. I thrive in that. I believe that I kind of enjoy those journeys one is that you're miserable in that journey, right? I feel I'm miserable when I don't have any next challenge in front of me. Yeah, so that's the story of that okay, what next is always going on. That in this year, people laugh about me quite often in my family. That as soon as December month starts, I keep putting a lot of post-its in my office. I have office
Okay.
at home.
Okay.
That I keep putting, okay, what is going to be the next year goal? And I put at least 30-40 goals out there, and then I start removing one after the other. Then finally 3 or 4 remain. Okay, this is what is going to be the next year focus. Yeah, so
That's a great strategy actually, to plan your goals out and then put it out as well.
yeah, so in COVID, my office used to be just full of post-its.
Post-its.
And anybody would come in and be like, what are you up to? I also don't know what I am up to, but something out of this will happen soon. So yeah, I guess that's where I come from.
Do you also see yourself doing multiple things at a certain point, or you are a very focused person that this is my goal, this is what I want to
I'm
work?
a complete multitasker.
Multitasker.
I have to take out that focus time for myself, which I kind of like put it out for 3 hours every day. That in this 3 hours I will just do the focus things that I need to do, and I'm going to switch off everything, and I will not do anything else in that time. And this is just focus time, because every other time I'm just multitasking then, which is I think a trait of women itself.
Women
it's not
itself.
just because we are just kind of like we're groomed to be multitaskers, and that's who I was.
So what do you do in your me time when it is completely your time and you don't have anything else to do?
I run.
You run.
I run.
And you are a long run marathoner is
Yes,
what?
I am a long distance runner. Yes,
Wow.
I run. I read. Yeah, these are the two.
So let's
things
talk
I do.
about how many marathons you have run and what is your next marathon, what is the next plan?
I've been running for almost 10-12 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, off and on, small runs, large runs, long runs, good times, bad times, runs keep happening. But yeah, now this year I am doing, first time I've signed up for Ladakh Marathon. So I'm looking forward to that. Again, a challenging atmosphere for me that, okay, what am I going to do?
You're going to run in a place where there's no oxygen, less oxygen.
No oxygen.
Less oxygen.
Yeah. So that's So I wanted to run in Leh. So just signed up one fine day
Wow.
that I'm going to sign up and I'm going to run Ladakh Marathon this year.
And hats off to you to plan all those things and how is this accepted at home also, Sheetal? I would like to understand that as well because during our conversation, I did hear that you were told once that काम करने की क्या ज़रूरत है तुम्हारे husband तो अच्छा खासा कमा ही लेते हैं तो फिर तुम्हें क्या कमाने की ज़रूरत है? How was your reaction on it and what did happen actually?
So this came from a colleague of mine.
Okay.
That काम करने की क्या ज़रूरत है. And of course, in family setups also, like it is in family setups also, it's not expected that you will, what are the priorities you will set for yourself. It's always, and we were also groomed like that home is your priority, family is your priority. It's a society stereotypes run and when I have a career break. I took a career break when my elder one was born, and I have 2 daughters. I took a break, and but I realized though I enjoyed giving birth, though I enjoyed being with my daughters, but at the same time I always felt that this is not who I am. This is not something which is and that constant fear that once these girls go away and I would have lost my life, then what? And I saw my mom. So when my brother left for US, my mother was, for her it was all about her children. And when she left, it was like, okay, now what? There is nothing. There is a vacuum. Yeah, there is a vacuum in your life suddenly, and then you start to think, who am I? And that who am I thinking happened to me at that time. When my girls leave home, then what? Then who am I? And I realized that I thrive, as I said, that I thrive in doing things, getting out, and financial independence was always important for me.
Why it is important for you? I want you to dwell on this little more because in ASMI we specifically our vision is basically around that women should get financially independent. Every woman should have that importance of earning their own bread and making their own living, and how important it is for you. So if you can just dwell a little bit more on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a mother of 2 girls.
Yeah.
So this has been always my one teaching to them is that you have to be financially independent, and you have to break that husband is the provider. He is your partner. He is your partner, and you have to be equally responsible for your home. So whenever you get married and all, it's extremely important that that you are a thinker. You constantly remain a thinker, and you will remain a thinker if you are financially independent. You are thinking about how much money is required, how much are you spending. Otherwise, it constantly becomes, okay, my husband will take care of things. I don't have to worry about it. It's not like that. And your mind will continue to work. It's very important that your mind is always active. And your mind will be active if you're out there working, you are talking to people, you are kind of continuously working on your own mind itself. It's extremely important. So it's like, somebody had asked me that, but I had to quit because of my family pressures and all. Not that family pressure, but more about family was going through a bad patch. So somebody had to give in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens to women's life all the time. This is very, very common in our, where it is taken for granted that woman is the one who will quit and who will take care of the family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it can happen. So I can't change the society day one. Probably this will get changed over time itself. It's not one day things and all. But I will just say that keep your mind active there.
Yeah.
And stay connected to whatever space you have been in, whatever your subjects have been. Maybe today is the time when you are not able to work. Maybe tomorrow the time comes when things are better in your family, you can go back to work. You can start up something of my own. You can do something small, large. It's not about small, large. It's just keeping your mind active. It's just being there that yes, I am independent person. I am not, so that tomorrow you have to take certain harsh decisions because of any domestic surroundings around you. You will be able to take it. You don't have to take anything lying down. So as long as you are doing that, you will be okay. And I really feel that you should think about yourself as well, apart from just your family, and
Absolutely.
you will be able to enjoy them much more if you are thinking about yourself as well.
You're absolutely right, and I love the way you started it. That I've got 2 daughters. I've got 2 daughters too, so I completely resonate to that. And I keep telling them that before I become the perfect mom, let me become an inspiration for you, so that you guys will grow up to become this. And that is how things has to go
Yeah,
around.
there is no perfect.
There's no
When,
perfect.
nobody is perfect, nobody, and no woman should also try to be perfect because we are not, and
Correct.
no one is. It's okay to be. We are born with imperfections. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we have to just have that acceptance and go ahead with that.
Yeah.
I love this conversation, how it is going, Sheetal, from corporate world, moving to raising your own funds and then starting your business, to being a marathoner, having your own me time, spending time with your kids, and creating such a beautiful story right now. But beyond this, I am going to also talk about something that is all about you, and this will happen in a rapid fire section.
Oh,
So you
wow.
have to
Okay.
give very small answers right now
Okay,
in a
let's
rapid
try.
fire, and it has to be quick ones. Okay? Okay, so this is the very simple questions I'm going to ask, not very fancy ones. Outdoor you prefer or indoor when you're alone?
Outdoors.
Outdoors?
Any day.
You can't stay indoors. You're not the indoor person at all.
No.
And what is your favorite cuisine to eat?
Masala dosa.
Oh, South Indian.
Yes. And
That's
filter coffee.
South Indian with filter coffee, masala dosa. Always not the benny dosa for Karnataka.
No, masala dosa is all the time favorite.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. Nice. And why is that? Any specific reason, or is this just the clothing that you like, or?
I think it's very soothing to the eyes, and that's why. And I like all the shades of blue. I think you will. I automatically go and pick up blue color. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And when it comes to corporate, you like the corporate life better, or you like the entrepreneurial life better now?
As I said, I was always in kind of startup world, but definitely I love being where I am today because it gives me the complete freedom of thought to try test different things. Yeah, I love it. I love this entrepreneurial journey much more.
And what are your values of life that you swear by, that this is what I live by?
Keep improving yourself. I completely go by the mantra of James Clear. 1% improvement in yourself makes you 37 times better year on year.
Wow.
And I want to look back every time and say, am I better this year or no?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think, Sheetal, this has gone perfectly well, and I love having you over here. I'm sure that listeners enjoyed thoroughly. They learned a lot above all. Thank you so much, Sheetal, for coming here and talking about this about your life and sharing your journey in ASMI. I'm sure that women are very proud of you, but would you like to tell something to your viewers now?
Thank you so much, Iti. Thank you so much for having me here, first of all, and taking my voice to all the women who are out there who have some aspirations in life. Just keep at it, one step at a time. This is your running story again. How do you run? Just one step at a time. Just start to walk, and one day you will be running. Believe me, you will. That's it.
From living a corporate life from a very, very male dominated sector, moving into entrepreneurial life, raising her own funds, and then being a long run marathoner. We just met Sheetal Jain, the magician who has done perfectly things right. So, guys, if you are watching this episode, please do like, share, and comment. Please do subscribe to our channel and do write to us whether you liked such stories or not. If you are a woman and you are looking to share your stories with our viewers, please do write to us. We would be happy to bring you here as a guest. Thank you so much. This is Iti Rawat signing off.